Do you know the answer? Today, we'll find out in which country the famous Terracotta Army was discovered, what the drinking parties of ancient Greece were called, and which composer wrote the music for the play Egmont. You're about to face 30 questions on all kinds of topics, from literature and mythology to geography, science, and art. Some will be easy, and some may trick even the smartest viewers, so stay focused. And make sure to stay until the end for the bonus question. Do you know the answers? Write your score in the comments right now. And don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Many more fun and challenging quizzes are coming soon. Alright, let's begin! First question. What musical instrument did Sherlock Holmes play? Piano, guitar, violin, or double bass? The correct answer is violin. Sherlock Holmes often played the violin while thinking through difficult cases. In Arthur Conan Doyle's stories, he sometimes played beautiful classical music, and other times strange improvisations when he was deep in thought. The violin became such an iconic part of Holmes that today it appears in countless films, series, and illustrations alongside his pipe and detective hat. Second question. In which country was the Terracotta Army discovered? China, Egypt, Greece, or Japan? The correct answer is China. The Terracotta Army was discovered in 1974 by local farmers near the city of Xi'an. Thousands of life-sized clay soldiers were buried more than 2,000 years ago to guard the tomb of China's first emperor, Qin Shi Huang. What makes the discovery even more incredible is that almost every warrior has a unique face and expression. Third question. Which martial art originated in Korea? Sumo, Judo, Sambo, or Taekwondo? The correct answer is Taekwondo. Taekwondo is famous for its fast kicks, jumps, and spinning techniques. The name literally translates as the way of the foot and the fist. Today, it is practiced by millions of people around the world and has even been an official Olympic sport since the year 2000. Fourth question. According to myth, in which mountain range was Prometheus chained? The Pyrenees, the Carpathians, the Caucasus, or the Himalayas? The correct answer is the Caucasus. In Greek mythology, Prometheus was punished by Zeus for giving fire to humanity. According to the legend, he was chained to a rock in the Caucasus Mountains, where an eagle returned every day to torment him. The story became one of the most famous symbols of sacrifice, rebellion, and the pursuit of knowledge. Fifth question. The Buddha's hand is a variety of which citrus fruit? Pomelo, citron, mandarin, or grapefruit? The correct answer is citron. Buddha's hand is one of the strangest looking citrus fruits in the world. Instead of a round shape, it grows into long, finger-like sections that resemble a hand. Unlike most citrus fruits, it contains almost no juice or pulp, and is mainly valued for its incredibly strong fragrance. In some Asian cultures, it is also considered a symbol of luck and happiness. Sixth question. What is a lorgnette? A bench, a headpiece, a musical instrument, or a pair of spectacles with a handle? The correct answer is a pair of spectacles with a handle. Lorgnettes were especially popular in the 18th and 19th centuries at theaters, balls, and high society events. People used them not only to see better, but also as elegant fashion accessories. In many old films and paintings, aristocrats can be seen dramatically lifting a lorgnette to observe the people around them. Seventh question. What is the chemical name for vitamin A? Tocopherol, retinol, rutin, or thiamine? The correct answer is retinol. Retinol is one of the most well-known forms of vitamin A. It plays an important role in vision, skin health, and the immune system. Today, retinol is also widely used in skincare products because it can help improve skin texture and reduce visible signs of aging. Eighth question. Which country is linked to the origin of the Dalmatian breed? Egypt, Hungary, Croatia, or Italy? The correct answer is Croatia. The Dalmatian breed is closely associated with the historical region of Dalmatia, located along the Adriatic coast of modern-day Croatia. These dogs became famous for their distinctive black spots, incredible endurance, and later for their role as carriage dogs accompanying horse-drawn fire wagons. Today, Dalmatians remain one of the most recognizable dog breeds in the world. Ninth question. What was the name of Hamlet's mother? Ophelia, Claudia, Melissa, or Gertrude? The correct answer is Gertrude. Gertrude is the Queen of Denmark in Shakespeare's tragedy Hamlet and the mother of Prince Hamlet himself. Her quick marriage to Claudius after the death of the king becomes one of the main reasons for Hamlet's anger and suspicion throughout the play. Interestingly, Ophelia, often confused here, was Hamlet's love interest, not his mother. 10th question. Which continent does Cyprus geographically belong to? Europe, Asia, Africa, or America? The correct answer is Asia. Although Cyprus is politically and culturally closely connected with Europe, geographically, the island is located in Western Asia, near the coast of the Middle East. This often surprises people because Cyprus is also a member of the European Union. 11th question. The addition of which metal oxide traditionally turns glass into crystal glass? Manganese, chromium, lead, or aluminum? The correct answer is lead. Traditional crystal glass contains lead oxide, which gives it extra brilliance, weight, and that distinctive sparkling appearance. Because of the way it reflects light, crystal became especially popular for luxury glasses, chandeliers, and decorative objects. Some fine crystal pieces can even produce a clear ringing sound when gently tapped. 12th question. What kind of animal is a narwhal? A whale, a shark, a seal, or a dolphin? The correct answer is a whale. Narwhals are Arctic whales, famous for their long spiral tusks, which can grow up to 3 meters in length. For centuries, people believed these tusks belonged to mythical unicorns, and in medieval Europe, they were sometimes sold for enormous amounts of money as unicorn horns. 13th question. What is a monocle? A walking cane, a single eyeglass, a pocket watch, or a type of glove? The correct answer is a single eyeglass. A monocle was a small, round lens worn in front of one eye, especially popular among wealthy gentlemen in the 19th century. It became a symbol of aristocratic style and sophistication. Even today, monocles are often used in films and cartoons to instantly give a character an elegant or old-fashioned appearance. 14th question. Which color of light has the shortest wavelength in the visible spectrum? Violet, yellow, red, or green? The correct answer is violet. Violet light has the shortest wavelength that the human eye can normally see. On the opposite end of the visible spectrum is red light, which has the longest wavelength. Beyond violet lies ultraviolet radiation, a type of light invisible to humans, but powerful enough to cause sunburn. 15th question. Which of these countries was a member of the Triple Entente? Italy, Great Britain, Germany, or Spain? The correct answer is Great Britain. The Triple Entente was the alliance formed by Great Britain, France, and Russia before World War I. It opposed the Triple Alliance, which included Germany and Austria-Hungary. These alliances played a major role in turning a regional conflict into a global war. 16th question. In which European city can you find the famous mannequin piss statue? Paris, Amsterdam, Brussels, or Berlin? The correct answer is Brussels. Mannequin piss is one of the most famous landmarks in Belgium. The small bronze statue of a little boy has become a symbol of Brussels and is known for its unusual tradition. Throughout the year, the statue is dressed in hundreds of different costumes for holidays and special events. 17th question. What was the name of the heroine in The Lady of the Camellias? Nicole, Veronica, Emma, or Marguerite? The correct answer is Marguerite. Marguerite Gautier is the tragic heroine of Alexandre Dumas' Fils' famous novel. The story later inspired one of the world's most celebrated operas, La Traviata. The character of Marguerite became one of the most iconic figures in Romantic literature and theater. 18th question. Which country does the Overseas Department of Guadeloupe belong to? France, Spain, Great Britain, or the Netherlands? The correct answer is France. Guadeloupe is a Caribbean island region that officially belongs to France. Even though it is located thousands of kilometers from Europe, it is considered an overseas department of France, which means people there use the euro and are citizens of the European Union. 19th question. What is the name of a polygon with 8 sides? Pentagon, hexagon, octagon, or decagon? The correct answer is octagon. The word octagon comes from Greek roots meaning 8 angles. One of the most famous octagonal shapes in everyday life is the stop sign, which was designed that way to make it instantly recognizable from different directions. 20th question. On which river is Victoria Falls located? The Limpopo, the Nile, the Zambezi, or the Congo? The correct answer is the Zambezi. Victoria Falls is one of the largest and most spectacular waterfalls in the world. Located on the border between Zambia and Zimbabwe, it is so powerful that the rising mist can sometimes be seen from dozens of kilometers away. Local people traditionally called it the smoke that thunders. 21st question. What part of the plant conducts photosynthesis most actively? Roots, stem, flowers, or leaves? The correct answer is leaves. Leaves are the plant's main solar panels. They contain chlorophyll, the green pigment that captures sunlight and helps turn water and carbon dioxide into energy. Interestingly, the Amazon rainforest produces such enormous amounts of oxygen through photosynthesis that it is often called the lungs of the planet. 22nd question. Who wrote the semi-autobiographical novel of Human Bondage? Ray Bradbury, W. Somerset Maugham, Oscar Wilde, or Jack London? The correct answer is William Somerset Maugham. Of Human Bondage is considered one of Somerset Maugham's greatest works. The novel is partly based on the author's own life experiences, including his studies in medicine and his struggles with loneliness and self-doubt. Today, the book is regarded as a classic of English literature. 23rd question. Who painted the Mont Saint-Victoire series? Paul Cézanne, Vincent van Gogh, Edgar Degas, or Camille Pissarro? The correct answer is Paul Cézanne. Mont Saint-Victoire was one of Cézanne's favorite subjects, and he painted the mountain dozens of times, from different angles and in different lighting conditions. His experiments with color and form later had a huge influence on modern art, and even inspired the development of Cubism. 24th question. Which of these authors is known for the satirical work A Modest Proposal? Lawrence Stern, Charles Dickens, Mark Twain, or Jonathan Swift? The correct answer is Jonathan Swift. A Modest Proposal became famous for its shocking satire. In the essay, Swift pretended to suggest an outrageous solution to poverty in order to criticize the cruelty and indifference of society at the time. Even centuries later, it is still considered one of the most powerful examples of satire ever written. 25th question. Which artist illustrated The Birds of America? Vincent van Gogh, Salvador Dalí, John James Audubon, or Pablo Picasso? The correct answer is John James Audubon. The Birds of America is one of the most famous illustrated books in history. Audubon spent years traveling across North America, carefully observing and drawing birds in incredible detail. Some original editions of the book are now worth millions of dollars. 26th question. Which point on Earth's surface is actually the farthest from its center due to the equatorial bulge? Mount Kilimanjaro, Mount Chimborazo, Mount Everest, or Mont Blanc? The correct answer is Mount Chimborazo. Even though Mount Everest is the tallest mountain above sea level, Mount Chimborazo in Ecuador is technically the farthest point from Earth's center. That's because Earth is slightly wider around the equator, and Chimborazo lies very close to it. This makes its summit farther into space than Everest's. 27th question. Which philosopher wrote Thus Spoke Zarathustra? Plato, Arthur Schopenhauer, Immanuel Kant, or Friedrich Nietzsche? The correct answer is Friedrich Nietzsche. Thus Spoke Zarathustra is one of Nietzsche's most famous and influential works. The book explores ideas about morality, human nature, and personal growth through a philosophical and poetic style. Even people who have never read it often recognize one of its most famous concepts, the idea of the Übermensch, or Overman. 28th question. Which legendary sword belonging to King Arthur was said to have been given to him by the Lady of the Lake? Excalibur, Joyeuse, Durandal, or Graham? The correct answer is Excalibur. Excalibur is one of the most famous mythical swords in history. In Arthurian legend, it became a symbol of rightful kingship and magical power. Over the centuries, the story of King Arthur and Excalibur inspired countless books, films, games, and fantasy worlds. 29th question. Which composer wrote the incidental music for the play Egmont? Richard Wagner, Johann Sebastian Bach, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, or Ludwig van Beethoven? The correct answer is Ludwig van Beethoven. Beethoven composed the music for Egmont in 1810 for a play by Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. The powerful overture became especially famous for its dramatic energy and themes of freedom and resistance. Today, it is still regularly performed in concert halls around the world. 30th question. What was the term for a formal banquet or drinking party in ancient Greece? Catharsis, terracon, symposium, or odeon? The correct answer is symposium. In ancient Greece, a symposium was not just a drinking party. It was also a place for conversation, philosophy, poetry, and debate. Wealthy guests gathered to discuss politics, art, and ideas while listening to music and enjoying entertainment. The modern word symposium still survives today, though now it usually refers to an academic conference instead of a party. And now, the bonus question. Which one does not belong? Sydney, Seoul, Tokyo, or Beijing? How many did you get right today? Write your score and your answer to the bonus question in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss the next quiz. Stay curious and have a great day. See you in the next quiz!